The world is watching for the re-emergence of Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. He fled his crisis-torn country yesterday, the day that he had promised to step down, but did not. Reports say he may be bound for Singapore. A plane reportedly carrying him from the Maldives departed that country some hours ago. Changi flight information indicates he landed a short while ago. While CNA does not have confirmation Mr. Rajapaksa was on board that plane. The route was the most tracked flight in the world today. The Associated Press, citing officials from the Maldives, say Mr. Rajapaksa is heading for Saudi Arabia next. He's reportedly travelling with his wife and 2 bodyguards. Now, thousands of protesters in Sri Lanka have blamed Mr. Rajapaksa for dragging the country into its worst economic crisis since independence. The embattled president still has not submitted his resignation. The Speaker of Sri Lanka's parliament says he is considering the legal provisions to declare Mr. Rajapaksa has vacated his post if he still fails to resign. A lot is resting on the promised official resignation of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The Speaker of Parliament says the Parliament will not convene tomorrow and will announce the next sitting date within 3 days. But that's only if Mr. Rajapaksa's resignation is received today. Meanwhile, calm has returned to the streets of Sri Lanka as protesters end their occupation of government buildings. That's to ensure valuable art and artefacts in the buildings are preserved. Most protesters have left President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's official residence after occupying it for nearly a week. They did want to remain there until Mr. Rajapaksa resigned, but with the embattled leader out of the country, protest organisers say remaining in the compound holds little symbolic value for now. But some demonstrators are holding their ground.
We are not willing to take power in the building. We just want to kick out the Rajapaksa regime. Already Gotabaya Rajapaksa have left the country, so he has no power in Sri Lanka. So we have gained our power again. So that's why we are leaving this building.
But that has not stopped acting President Ranil Wickremesinghe from reinstating a curfew in the country's western province until tomorrow morning. Troops are patrolling the streets. They have been authorized to use force to prevent destruction of property and life. Our tanks were also deployed near the Parliament building to deter protesters from entering. Yesterday's clashes between demonstrators and security forces left one 26-year-old man dead and at least 85 people injured and sent to hospitals. The army says 2 soldiers were beaten unconscious with poles. Their rifles and ammunition were stolen.